Hey, what's going on, everybody? Rudy here with the Retro Universe, and we are back in Sims Land. That's right. I'm going back to play some more Sims games because they hold a very, very dear place in my heart. So here we are looking at The Sims on PS2. Now, this was the version of The Sims that I was first introduced to as far as playing goes. I didn't have a PC when I was the age when the original Sims came out. So I would only look at the box art like at Toys R Us for the original Sims game on PC. But I had a PS2, and The Sims for PS2 was the first one I had. My dad got it for me, and it holds a very, very dear place in my heart. It's just so nostalgic for me, the music, and I know a lot of the music and the sounds are taken from the PC game into the PS2 game. So, you know, once I finally was able to go back and play the original Sims on PC, I was like, oh yeah, a lot of this sounds the same. The graphics, of course, are vastly improved from the original PC game. Some may say they still like that, but I think the one on PS2 looks really good, and GameCube, of course, it came out. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and hop in here and check out The Sims. I was playing the last couple days, Get a Life, so we'll jump in there in a bit just so you guys can see where I'm at in that. But we're just gonna play The Sims. We're gonna start fresh here. Now this unlocks after you've played Get a Life. I forget how long you have to play it for, but it unlocks after that. So let's go ahead and do new neighborhood here. I don't know what to call this. Let's just call it... Let's call it Pleasant. Is it gonna fit? Is it gonna fit? That's a good question. Oh, it doesn't fit. Bummer. Pleasantville or Pleasantview don't fit. Let's just call it Willow. How about that? Willow works. Do we just want to start as the newbies? The roomies? Or no family? No family. The goth family's in here. You know what? Let's just jump in as the newbies. Kind of get started here. Enter house. Alright, let's do this. So as I was saying, yeah, The Sims for PS2 is just... It was something that I spent so many hours on when I was younger playing, and even now I'm just getting re-addicted to how much the Sims games are fun and enjoyable. Definitely stressful too, don't get me wrong. I don't go in this and just have a very calm experience. There are times where the game can get very stressful when you're trying to manage everything about your sim and the life that they live. The thing with these older games and with the original PC game is that you don't have any days off when you go to work. So you get a job and you're literally going to work every single day. So you don't get a break to kind of recapture your, you know, all your moods and all your stuff that you have to do. So it can get pretty tough. There are times where it gets very, very difficult, especially when you're playing Get a Life and you have another sim like Dudley or someone that you're having to manage. Even though you don't want to manage them, they can kind of do their own thing still. Just their presence being there can be quite chaotic since they just make a damn mess of everything in the house. So you have to like hire a maid, which you eventually can unlock and have that option to do. But again, it can be very stressful. So it wasn't until The Sims 2 that you finally had like days off during your work, which I'm not sure why they didn't realize that. Then again, there's no Monday, Friday, nothing like that in these older games. It's just you're living your life every single day going to work. So you pretty much have to request days off or just skip work to kind of regain your health and all that stuff. Not your health, your, you know, your moods, all your stuff. So we're gonna not do the tutorial, and here we are. Who do we got here? So we got Bob here, and then we can switch over, and then there's Betty. So Betty and Bob. So I have free will turned on, so they can go ahead and do whatever they want. But this is just a Sims game. You know, if you're familiar with The Sims, you know what The Sims is all about. And you can pretty much do this. You could just watch them live their life and do their thing, or you can tell them what to do and stuff. And you know, people play the Sims games in very, very different ways. A lot of people try and play it as realistic as possible. They try and live a very realistic lifestyle that they would be living. And then other people just get chaotic or do really crazy stuff in the games, you know. A lot of people are really into killing Sims, which is, you know, sure. That's what everyone's, you know, wants to do. But yeah, these guys just decided to start reading books. Here with the directional pad, you can see different things. So you can see that they're both unemployed, no skills whatsoever. I'm assuming that's why they're the newbie family. They're just your starting family you can get. And then if you press X, it just, you know, doesn't display anything unless you have a job. It'll show your time of work, how much you get paid and such. And you press up, here are your motives. So that's what they're called, motives. And this is what you have to manage, you know. Again, everyone that has played The Sims already knows what I'm talking about, but to those that don't, this is what it is. This is what you're doing in the game. You want to make sure that these always stay as full as possible. Is that possible? Sometimes, but once you get The Sims working and so much starts to happen, you really don't get a chance to, you know, do this. I would say some of this stuff goes down too fast. Like you can be eating 2 meals and then within like a couple hours your you know, hunger's down to half already. So let's move around their house here a little bit more. So clearly they have a small living area. Their living room has a TV, but there is no way to sit down and watch that TV. Let me turn this off here. And the whistling that you're hearing is the, you know, the newspaper girl. You can't turn this off, which sucks because, you know, you don't need the newspaper all the time. So it just piles up here unless you're constantly recycling it. Here's your mail where you'll get bills, and I think it's like every 3 or 4 days that you get bills. Just pretty quick. Especially when you're starting out a job, you don't make that much money and, you know, it's immediately going to bills. So we got Bob here coming out to greet people. Let's go ahead and say hi. She doesn't even know where she's going. How about you just read that? And now he's going around because apparently she was blocking the door. So let's go around this way. And then to the right of the directional pad, you can go ahead and see people that you know. So there's Bella. And you can pause to decide what you're going to do, especially if you have free will turned on. You might be doing this just to kind of choose what you want them to say. At any point, you could turn off free will. But keep in mind, if you turn off free will, they're just going to stand there and not do anything. And if you have 2 or more Sims living in the house, then that can be really stressful sometimes. So I leave free will on just so, you know, the other characters can go ahead and do their own thing. So Betty's just over there, and then we got Bob over here talking, getting his social up. Looks like he already has it up pretty high. This girl keeps ringing the doorbell, so let's go ahead and cancel our talk with Bella here and just say hi. And, you know, later Sims games on the consoles would kind of have you control the Sim directly, so you would actually be moving them with the analog stick. Here, this is still more classic. Think of this as your mouse, you know, in the world, and this is how you go around and you click on stuff. I kind of would have preferred more of an actual mouse because a lot of times when you have this, it'll, you know, here maybe not, but it'll say, okay, what do you want to click on, you know, so you run into that a lot. But he has to go to the bathroom, so let's go ahead and take care of that as well. What is she doing? She's just back here. Let's find her a job. Here, let's go ahead and show that. Let's go ahead and show what the job stuff's like. Now, you can find a job in the newspaper, or if you have a computer, you can find a job there. It cycles between 3 different career types each day. So we got subway musician. Nah, I don't think we want her to be a musician. Extreme and entertainment, waiter, waitress. Yeah, we could start her out as a waiter, waitress. $100 a day, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Do you want this job? Sure. So a car will always appear to take you to work. There is no cars that you can own in this game. Now, the two modes, Get a Life or Play The Sims, are different in the aspect of Play The Sims is just endless open world, no objectives. You're literally just living the life for these Sims, and you just choose what you want them to do. Let's go ahead and actually get Bob a job too. They really like to read. Let's see, what kind of job is he gonna get? Musician, what was the other one? I don't see him as their daredevil. You know what? Let's both have them be waiters and waitresses together. Maybe they can work at the same exact place. Now, more to the Sims, aside from just controlling the lives of the Sims themselves. You can decorate their home. You can build a home from scratch. Many people on YouTube dedicate their channel. Whoa, excuse me, ma'am. Dedicate their channel to just building stuff. You know, building either realistic-looking homes, their own home, or stuff like that. So it's really fascinating to see that stuff. You know, I don't think I could dedicate my whole channel to the Sim stuff just because I you know, I'm constantly jumping around and stuff, but it's really cool. There's a couple people that I would follow on YouTube that do Sims content, and they play all the Sims games. You know, it's really fun to watch. But yeah, this is just literally just watching these guys live their life. That's what the Sims is. Like I said, people get creative, they create stories, and they do all this stuff, and for the most part, this is how I play my games. Just try and have realistic kind of lives for them, have them do their thing, and that's just what the Play The Sims feature is. It's just Play The Sims, and this plays almost exactly like the PC game. Of course, the PC game had a bunch of expansions, added a bunch of things for you to do. This one doesn't have all that stuff, so it's very basic, just living in this house and do that stuff. So that's just how it goes. The Get a Life mode is pretty awesome because it creates a story mode for you where you start out living with your mom and you have objectives to complete before you can move out. You know, you have to help her fix stuff around the house, learn how to cook dinner, do all that kind of stuff, and then borrow money from her till you eventually can get a job and you move out. You move out to your own place on your own for a while, and then you're expected to start socializing with other Sims, and Sims come around and you have to continue from there. And it's really cool because, like I said, if you want to get into the Sims, or you wanted to get in the Sims back then, and you kind of felt like just this whole, you know, watching them kind of do their thing without really any objectives is not as interesting, the Get a Life mode is really great. And on the Sims Busting Out, they continue that as well, with a little bit more stuff to do. It's still pretty much the same thing. You start out at your mom's and then you move from house to house. You know, you advance in your career and you do all that stuff. So yeah, you would just go ahead and do that, and that's what I really liked. I like being able to have these objectives, these things to complete in order to progress. But the thing I will say is, when you're living with your mom at first, I highly recommend you try and learn as many skills as possible, even if it's just level 2 for all of them, because that is the most, like, stress-free stuff aside from mom being there, where you could get stuff done like that, because you don't have a job yet. So all you're doing is just getting up, doing your thing, and not having to worry about work. Is she gonna get the phone? Thank you. Just talk to the Sim, yeah. Yeah, so you just go ahead and do all that stuff while you're still at mom's house, because once you move out and you have a job, it becomes crazy. It says you're a winter and should decorate accordingly if you want to live the most harmoniously in your house. Got it. What was I saying? Yeah, so if you get a chance, do that while you're living with her. Even when you're living on your own, spend as much time as you can there. Don't do all the objectives, because as soon as you do all the objectives, Dudley comes and pulls you out. He's like, let's go. And then you're living with him, and it's just chaos from there. These games are hard. They're not as easy as you would think once you're doing like the actual Get a Life mode. It can be pretty hard trying to, you know, manage every little aspect of their life making sure they're eating, make sure they have, you know, their fun meters full. All that stuff is good to go, because if these things are low and you have a job, you will not get promoted in your job. You have to go to work with most of these filled up, in a good mood, and have all your skills and everything that they require from you. It gets to a point where in your career you need to have 2, 3, 4 friends in order to be able to advance. So having to keep track of all that stuff, I mean, it's life. It gives you a kind of aspect on life that you don't really think about too much when you're living your own life. But yeah, keeping communication with people that you know, friends, family, trying to manage your work, trying to manage your own motives, it can be pretty deep. It's a pretty deep thing, I'm not gonna lie. So some will say, why even do that? Why not just go live your own life? Get your own life, Rudy. I have my own life. I enjoy my life. I have a great life as far as I'm concerned. But this is just fun. It's fun. It's mindless. It's a great little thing to just play for, you know, a couple hours, because you will sink hours into this without even realizing it. It's that addictive that you'll just be in it, living days. The next thing you know, like 10 days have gone by in the game, and it's, you know, 2 hours later in your real life, because you're just doing all this stuff. So if you're interested in playing these games, definitely check them out. If you can get a hold of the original Sims on PC, that's one I'd recommend checking out as well. I'd probably jump right to The Sims 2. The Sims 1, I love the music and a lot of the dialogue, the way they sound, but it's a little bit harder to go back to just because, you know, the way the Sims look and stuff like that, and you're really limited on what you can really do in the game in the original one compared to what was introduced in like The Sims 2. But yeah, so that's the play The Sims. So yeah, I mean, their day's going, they're kind of managing their own stuff, they know what they need to be doing, but this girl keeps reading when she really should be handling herself, taking care of herself, going to the bathroom, you know, taking a shower. This dude's about to go to the bathroom too. How about we turn the TV on for you and watch that? Oh, so he sits all the way back there. Imagine that, sitting all the way back there to watch this. He's having a good time. Also, you can stop time, like I mentioned, with L1, or if you want to progress time, you press R1, and that'll speed up time. There's only one jump in speed, like in the PC game, you can do, I think, a total of 3 speeds. The only time it goes faster is if anyone is sleeping or they're at work. So if both Sims are sleeping or both Sims are at work, this will go 3 times the speed of normal. What else? Okay, so then personality. A lot of the Sims will already have their personalities built, and that just means like what is their, you know, their horoscope, their sign and stuff like that. You can choose how you want to. You can choose to do just what your, you know, sign is. A lot of the times I just do the Cancer one because it's kind of a balance of all of them. You want to make sure your Sims are neat, because otherwise you're constantly having to tell them to go ahead and pick up their messes. Or if they eat something, they just throw it on the floor. They're just messy. They're just messy Sims. So make sure neat is at least half, so that they're handling that stuff. Make sure that they're somewhat active and not completely lazy, unless you want to see the Sim be very lazy. When they're lazy, they take a really long time to get out of bed, even if they're fully rested. Like, they'll spend a good 45 minutes of in-game time just sitting there on the side of the bed like we do, and, you know, shaking, you know, rubbing their eyes and just kind of sitting there, to where if they're a little bit more active, they'll just kind of hop out of bed and be good to go. So if you want a Sim that does that stuff, make sure active. You know, you got playful, nice, all that stuff's gonna come into effect when you're talking with other Sims, and what kind of activities are going to raise your fun motives and stuff like that. But yeah, let's get out of here. We'll say goodbye to them. Sure, let's go ahead and save it. And yeah, I know I'm like super talking about The Sims a lot. And I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh dude, I already know about The Sims. Just play the damn game, Rudy. Eat the damn oranges. If you know The Simpsons, you get that reference. So let's go to get a life just to show you guys where I'm at. Let's do, well, let me start a life, or will it right over? Okay, so again, here you can go in and create your sim. Let's go ahead and just show that real quick. Let's call the family AB, and let's call him BA. So BAAB, Bab. Yeah, and here you can go ahead and create your sim. The options are very limited compared to later games. So there's not that much you can change about the sim, the way they look. So here you can choose your gender. This is where you can choose the signs I was talking about. And you know, you can just choose it by what you want it to be, like this, and it'll automatically go with what you want, you know. And I think this is wrong. I happen to be a very nice person and playful person, so I take offense to it saying that I'm serious and mean. That is not true. I'm a very, very nice person, I promise. So let's just say we do that, and then here in body is where you can change your skin tones. Yeah, so you can do all that stuff. Body types, there's 3. Here you can choose your colors of your clothes, kind of clothes you're gonna wear, stuff like that. You know what The Sims does. You just personalize it to what you want. Hey, let's put them in boxers. And then your head stuff, if you want to have a hat. If you want to have facial hair. This guy is really cool. Those eyes are too bright for me. Let's make him really, really cool. We're not going to really continue with this. This is just to show you guys. Alright. Look at that dude. He's great. So yeah, that's where you create the sim, and then you'll go into the story mode. Let's go ahead and hit back, and let's do load. Let's go ahead and load me up. Load times aren't that bad. And I mean, once you're in the game, you're really not loading into anything, so it's fine. So here we are. Here is my man, Rudy. Just chilling. It is 6 p.m. As you can see, his motives are shit. He's gonna go eat. Like I said, I have free will turned on. Initially, I did have it off when I was living with Mom, just so I can kind of manage every aspect of him. But yeah, once you're living here with Dudley, he's just a mess. He won't cook unless he's cooking on the grill. He won't cook regular food, so you can't really use him for that. He doesn't help with cleaning anything. So I recently just hired a maid to handle all that stuff because I was doing it all, and it was just taking up way too much damn time of my day. But stuff like this, like he'll eat a snack and then just dump it right there. The trash can is right there. Just put it in the trash. But it really tests your patience sometimes when that happens. So like I said, I kind of just let him do his own thing because I'm not going to sit there and manage whatever this dude's doing. So it's 7 p.m. Let's go and switch back to me here. So here's my current career. I'm a junior officer. I work from 9 to 3. I still need to get my body up 1 more point, but considering how my fun and energy are low, that's just not going to happen today. So let's go ahead and at least clean. I need to get rid of these chairs because it takes forever. What are you doing, Nate? You're not like that, dude. Come on. Pick it up. Pick it up. We'll throw all this away now. And we'll get him to the restroom. Because he needs to do that. He needs to take a shower before bed. This dude's gonna start work very soon, and his energy's all right. No, I'm gonna use that bathroom. So you come over here. Nope, leave me alone. Carpool for Dudley will arrive. Yeah. So while we wait for that, let's go ahead and show here the goals. So here's the stuff that you need to get done and how you can unlock more items. As long as you're doing all this stuff, upgrade your abode when you go into buy mode. What else we got? Throw a raging party and move out with one of Dudley's friends at a party. So yeah, I've only literally done the career level 4. I've been here for probably like 5 days already, or probably actually a little bit longer, but it gets harder as it goes on. That's the thing, is the more you're here, the it's gonna take longer because you're trying to get all this stuff done. trying to get your career stuff up at the same time you have to handle all this other stuff. So those are your goals. Here's the buy mode. So here's where, you know, you're gonna go and you do your sim stuff of decorating your house and buying things. You know, we got some good money. I catched a burglar at my previous home, so they gave me like $4,000 for catching him, which is amazing. So that really helped out. But yeah, this is where you go and you buy all this stuff, and then you could put it anywhere in the house that you want. So we'll get to a point of upgrading that, probably not in this video. I just kind of want to go through real quick. Then you have your build mode. This is where you're gonna actually make changes to the format of the house. You can move stuff around. The one thing that I noticed with these older Sims games is, look at this gigantically massive blank area. Like, they just had to make the house so damn big. It's just a square or rectangle, whatever, and you have all this empty space. So there's times where it's just like, man, they could have really kind of made this smaller. You know, I think to when I'm building my houses in the Sims games, they're never this gigantically open. Like even the bathroom, like this is huge for just a toilet, and this should be way smaller. The only room that probably makes the most sense are the bedrooms. But yeah, that always cracked me up, how there's so many games have these gigantic open spaces that you wouldn't see in a normal house. But yeah, here you'll be able to change wallpaper, tile, flooring, add walls, make extra rooms, and do all that stuff. So that's that. Your budget, I never usually go into this, but you know, if you really want to micromanage everything, you can go in and see what you're spending money on and all that kind of stuff. So I know that's there for some people. Free will, controller vibration, auto center, all that stuff, music volume. Yeah, so that's just your regular settings, your save, and then your quit. So let's just do a little bit more here with my dude. His energy is about to spike. Let's hope. If you can't take a shower right now, if this goes down, I'm probably gonna just wait. It's still going. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Oh, there it goes. Damn it. Alright, so this dude's gonna go to work. Let's see, Sul or Schwagai. This, I probably shouldn't have done this. He's probably gonna pass out. Yeah, he's gonna want to get out right away. I probably would too if I was that tired and I decided to jump into a bath. Don't want to drown. So yeah, as you can see, his motives are pretty low right now. But that's just what happens. It's tough, man. Just like your own motives. Like I said, you take a look at your own life and you're just like, why is this such a reflection of my own life? Why are some of my motives just so low and others are so high? Yeah. It's a good look on life. Oh, great, we got a robber. I don't know if this house has a alarm system. It does not. We are boned. Or does it? No, it totally does not have an alarm system in here. Well, damn. We need to get up. We need to get up and call the cops. Services. Police. And he's just gonna complain. Oh man, this sucks. He's just jacking everything. Damn Dudley, not having an alarm system. And there he goes. And he's gone. Yep, he's gone. He took so much stuff. I kind of don't like that. That was a lot of stuff. A lot of good stuff. I might actually reload the save. Because, I don't like all the stuff he took. That's a lot of money, and I was actually using that guitar for fun. But that's how The Sims goes, right? I mean, that's how it is. Look, cops are nowhere to be found. They're taking forever. Shocking. But then again, I was asleep. Let's just see what happens. Were you really cooking after you were just robbed? You should be traumatized and mortified. Yeah. And you never will. So, you know, let's do an experiment here. Can I load from here? No, let's do just quit. I'm curious if that'll still happen. This is a good experiment. I like this experiment. Let's do this. I'm very curious. I'm gonna buy the alarm system, and I'm very curious to see if the robber will still happen, or if it was just a completely random moment. So here we are again, deja vu. Let me buy that now. 250 bucks, well worth it. I think if you put it in any room, it's good, right? Doesn't need to be in different rooms, I don't think so. Well, we'll find out. So now let's just kind of burn through this time. Things are gonna progress in the same exact way, but this is a good, I like this. This is good that we're doing this, so we can go ahead and see if this happens again. If it doesn't, then I just spent $250 on the alarm system. And Simlish is always fun. It's always great. Alright, so it's 7 p.m. We're gonna go ahead and, is he gonna drop it on the floor, or is he gonna pick it up? Oh, look at that! That's different. Huh. Okay. You need to empty the trash. Oh, you're already tired. I know. Let's just have you use the bathroom and then put you to sleep. Alright. Bathroom and then sleep, and then that dude's gonna go to work. Oh, no. Controlling the wrong one. Okay. Sorry. Nope. Bad. Sleep. You could probably go to the bathroom before you go to work, dude. I mean, I'm just saying, you don't want to go to work like that. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'm very, very curious on this now. You're going to bed. You're going to work. I forgot what time it happened. As soon as he goes to work, the time will speed up. Do we get a burglar again? Will it happen? Really hope it happens. I don't remember what time it was. I don't know if it was midnight. Let's just see how random this is. It's not happening. Again, I don't remember what time it was, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Well, there you go. It's completely random, so it could just happen at any point. Clearly not this time. Huh. Okay. Well, we have the alarm system now, just in case. He brings home 110, and you can't... He gets one promotion while you live with him, and then after that, nothing, because he requires 2 body skill, and you can't get him to work out. He's just gonna say, you know, skill building is not my thing. That's Rudy's thing, or whatever. But that buzzing sound, you're gonna hear a lot when you're living with other Sims, because like I said, they are just a mess. They leave everything lying around, and it just gets gets crazy. It gets so crazy. But yeah, guys, that's The Sims. I mean, I feel like I've shown what I can. I've explained what I can. It's just a fun series. The Sims and The Sims Busting Out are really good. They're probably my favorites for the consoles. They're very similar, but Busting Out does let you at least have a car that lets you travel between stuff, and the music in the games are really great. The Simlish is really great. Let's get you a bath. Yeah, I know, dude. I know. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for the Sims video. I'm gonna keep playing this game just because the Sims are fun. They're enjoyable, and they do help pass the time sometimes in a really good way. But if you guys like this content on The Sims, let me know. I'll keep doing it. I'll keep doing more Sim stuff if you guys want. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna dedicate my channel to The Sims, but if you guys want to see more Sims stuff or a different Sims game, let me know. And then we can go ahead and jump into that. I got all the ones for PC, so I do have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then, of course, I could play any of the PS2 ones or the handheld ones, too. So, yeah, let me know if you like The Sims. Down in the comments, go ahead and like this video, pretty please. Subscribe if you like content like this, or if you like retro video game stuff or retro tech stuff. That's what I try and do on my channel. I try and include all this stuff in it all the time, as much as I can, and I do it when I can. So thank you so much, guys. Hope you enjoy your day, your life, and everything. I'm gonna go get a life. Take it easy, guys.